learn about the respiratory system and how we breathe, all with a few simple household supplies.
Hello, my name is Neil with the Vigo County Public Library, and welcome to another edition of Beyond the Classroom. Today we're going to be looking at the respiratory system and making a model of human lungs. But before we get started with our model, let's talk a little bit about the respiratory system. Respiration is just the scientific technical term for breathing. When we humans breathe, a muscle in our chest called our diaphragm flexes and forces air to come into our lungs. Millions of little air sacs called alveoli take that air and take out the oxygen and put it into our bloodstream so it can go and help our bodies work in our muscles. Now, when our muscles work, they turn that oxygen into carbon dioxide, which again goes through our blood, back to our lungs, and then we exhale it out. So the harder our body works, the more oxygen we need and the more carbon dioxide we breathe out. That's why you'll notice you breathe a lot harder when you're either running or playing games outside. All right, let's take a look at what you'll need to build your model of human lungs, most of which you'll find in your kit, but a lot of these things you'll also probably have around at home. First, a plastic bottle. You'll need a pretty sizable one, either maybe a 1 or 2 liter bottle from soda would work. This is from some mouthwash. You'll need a pair of scissors, 3 balloons, modeling clay, some strong tape, we've got duct tape here, and 3 plastic straws. So first, we're going to need to cut the bottom off of our plastic bottle, maybe about 1 inch from the bottom. Now be careful with this. This might be hard depending on what kind of plastic bottle you have, so maybe get an adult to help. There we go. Okay, now that we've got the bottom off of our bottle, this is going to act as our chest cavity. Though, before we seal it up with our balloon, what we need to do is we need to make our actual lungs. So, what you'll need to do is to take 2 of your straws and cut them shorter, maybe about 3 or 4 inches long. All right. And next, you'll take 2 balloons, and what we're going to do is these are going to go on your straws and get taped on because we want a nice airtight seal. Now, just so you can get that airtight seal, what you might want to do is cut off the little rounded mouths of the balloons just so it's easier to tape. All right, when you got it on there, you might want to test it out, make sure your lungs work. All right. So now we've got our 2 lungs, but now we need to connect them to our windpipe, which is our 3rd straw. What you're going to want to do is to make a vertical cut with your scissors in the straw, maybe about 1.5 inches, 2 inches. And you should be able to make a sort of Y shape with your straw. So you're going to take each side of this little Y shape we've just cut and put one of our other straws on top of it. Now this shape makes it a little bit difficult to tape all the holes shut so it's airtight. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our modeling clay and use it to seal up this whole little junction right here. All right, now I've got that Y shape all covered with modeling clay and airtight. Let's double check it with a quick breath. All right, seems to be working. So now we've got our lungs made up along with our windpipe, but now we need to get it inside of our chest. Just thread it on up through in here. And you want to make sure you've got a little bit of room here at the bottom. And then what you'll do with the top is cover that also up with modeling clay. So, now that we've got our top sealed with modeling clay, now we've got to add our diaphragm onto the bottom of our bottle. You're going to take your last balloon and we're going to cut off a good portion of the bottom. Not entirely half, but maybe the bottom third of the balloon on the mouth side. Now we're going to want to make sure we can stretch our balloon over the bottom end of the bottle. All right. Once it's stretched over the bottom of your bottle, what we'll need to do is we'll need to tape the ridge of the balloon so that way when we pull on our diaphragm, it doesn't come off. All right, our model's all finished. Now we can take the bottom of our diaphragm and flex it and get our lungs working. So I've got a little nub here from the balloon. Just grab onto that and pull down. The lungs will inflate. And if you press in for it to relax, the lungs close. In fact, you can even hear it. Let me put our windpipe next to my microphone, and you can even hear our little model breathing. All right, well, there you have it. You now have a working model of the human lungs. If you want to learn more about the respiratory system, come visit us in Youth Services at our main branch and check out these books. Inside the Lungs by Dr. 𝔻𝕚𝕤𝕚𝕚𝕕, or The Respiratory System by 𝔻𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕚. Well, I hope you had fun today in today's Explore Beyond the Classroom. My name's Neil with the Vigo County Public Library, and we'll see you next time. Have fun with your lungs.